Hello, welcome back to the Ponchak Preview. Today is day 17 of our NTI learning, and today we are focusing on adding dialogue into our short story. So what you guys have done this week is you have finished your first draft. You did day 1 and day 2 of this week of completing your first draft. You wrote 2 days worth, you worked through the frustrations, and you finished an amazing story. So today you're going to go back and you're going to read over it. You're going to make sure it makes sense. You're going to make sure that you didn't leave something out. You're going to do that. And while you're doing that, you're also going to be making sure that you are adding in dialogue. And dialogue is super important in stories because it can show a lot about characters through what they say and what others say about them. And so in order to do dialogue, we need to make sure you know how to do it. So in our Google Classroom, you have a Google slide that you need to go through. It has the rules for editing dialogue in your writing and adding it in there. And there are nine rules that you're going to see that you need to make sure you're following as you add in dialogue. And it's an easy, I kind of have it here. It's an easy slideshow. It says read through the rules and then add dialogue into your story. Pretty simple. So the slide 1 is rules for editing, rules 1 through 5, and it's got red arrows all over to show what they're talking about. Then the next slide is rules for editing continued, rules 6 through 9, and again red arrows all over it to show you exactly what to do. And then another one here says put said to bed. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you cannot use said or says, because if you keep getting too fancy, it's going to get confusing. What I'm asking is don't use it every single time. If it's in a scary story, you probably need to add whispered or cried because they're sobbing and they're sad. Or if it's a sports story, you can have like chanted or yelled or excited, and like these verbs that are saying said, but in a way that's showing emotion. If it is a sad story, don't put said. Don't do things like that. There are so many examples on here, like whispered and moaned and groaned and whimpered. That's a good one. Blabbered, alerted, sneered, announced, hissed, giggled. That's a cute one. Agreed, reminded, begged. Please don't kill me, murderer. Because I know we have some murder mysteries in our class. In our assignment here. Advised, chuckled, bragged. Ooh, that's a good one for a sports story. Commanded, cried, whined, revealed. Like there's a whole list of them. Now that doesn't mean every single one has to be this like extremely expressive verb. What I'm asking is don't use said every single time. Can you imagine? I have to grade 117 of these. And if every single one of you said every single time, no. So let's get creative, let's get expressive, and let's just make sure said doesn't get overused, okay? Awesome. So then the last slide says go and add more to your story. Don't forget the quotations and the commas and the spacing and new lines for every new person speaking. If you have Bob saying something and then you have Tim saying something, they cannot be on the same line. They have to be entered, and you need quotations and all that. When you're talking, it's a new indent every time because it's somebody else talking. So if you want examples, go look in a book. Books all have that. If there's any dialogue that's going on here, okay? So here's an example, okay? There's one person talking, and then somebody else talking. It's a new indent. So please, if you are confused, go look in a book. Go back to that Google slideshow. It will help you. Okay, so good luck with your revisions. Make sure you have some good dialogue, and I'll see you at our Zoom. Bye.